Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope all of you are well, no matter where you are. And thank you for joining today. And thank you for having interest in Keio University SFC, which stands for Shonan Fujisawa Campus. So this is the pre-session of Online Campus. This year, again, our Open Campus event will be held online truly, which is okay or rather good because people all over the world can join easily. You can join our open campus no matter where you are, which is very good. So this session is live broadcasted on YouTube, and I'm wondering where you guys are accessing from. I assume many of you are accessing from overseas, so please let us know. So please send us your message, question, and comment through YouTube live chat section anytime. We love to interact with you during this session. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I am Miki Akiyama, a professor at the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. My background is public health, and I have interest and passion in promoting health and well-being of people. Since the breakout of COVID, I think most of you have realized how your health status is affected by various factors, not only biological factors, but also social factors, such as meeting your friends, participating school and other association. You can feel this sense of belonging. So we can talk about more, but let's move on to the introduction of two of my colleagues, Wada-san and Hagino-san. So Wada-san, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you very much. And my name is Tatsuma Wada. I'm a professor at the Faculty of Policy Management. I'm specializing in economics. I've been teaching many economics class here at the SFC and my previous appointment in the US and Canada and Australia. My major, the specialized field is econometrics and statistics and international economics. Just 30 minutes ago, I finished teaching my international macroeconomics class, and I really enjoy teaching those classes to the students because right now, international economics is such an interesting and a very fascinating field. So let me talk about and introduce SFC to you. But anytime, if you have any question, please send us your message. Thank you. See you soon.
Okay, so Hagino-san, your turn.
Hi, hello everybody. I'm Tatsuya Hagino. I'm specializing in the computer science area, especially the programming language or fundamental kind of thing of the programming. Why programming exists or what kind of programs there are, those things, those fundamental things, as well as applications. Writing a software to solve a lot of problems. Currently, our society is controlled by the computers, and we have the engineers or specialists to handle those computer programs because of a security reason or whatever to solve the problems. Yeah, that's what my specialist areas. Yeah, I'd like to explain more later on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So let's move on to our program. First, we would like to give you an overview of SFC as a whole and a brief introduction of two faculty courses at SFC, which is the Faculty of Policy Management and the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. And that introduction part will probably take 15 minutes. Then three of us will have a roundtable talk, and we are going to talk about how great and unique our educational environment is. And we also would like to talk about our educational program as well as the environment. So the roundtable session will probably take 15 minutes, I guess. And while we are talking, you can send us questions and comments anytime you want. So please use the YouTube live chat section, and we will pick up your question and answer to them as much as possible. Okay, well, thank you. Already, some students have been sending message. Thank you so much. Okay, great. So, let us know where you're accessing from. All right. So, okay. So please feel free and ask any question anytime. We love to see your messages. All right. So Wada-san, so let's move on to the program. So would you please give us the overview of SFC?
Yes. Okay. Let me. Okay. Now I'd like to talk about our Shonan Futsal campus, or SFC, of Keio University and its undergraduate program named GIGA. Keio University is one of the largest universities and the oldest university in Japan. Keio has 6 main campuses in the greater Tokyo area. Together, those campuses host 10 undergraduate faculties and 14 graduate schools. The Shonan Futsal campus, or SFC, is one of Keio's 6 main campuses, located about 40 kilometers south of Tokyo. Since 1990, SFC has been a model for a new university, introducing most recent information and cutting-edge technology to undergraduate education. For example, SFC is the first place in Japan connected to the internet. The SFC hosts 2 twin faculties, namely the Faculty of Policy Management and the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. These 2 faculties jointly offer the GIGA program, which stands for Global Information and Governance Academic Program. In this program, you can take courses offered in English. So there are several characteristics of SFC, and these are reasons that you should choose SFC. The first, since its beginning, SFC has always been a forward-looking university. So we are trying to create the future of our society by incorporating new technology and knowledge such as quantum computing and advanced bioscience into education. Second, our curriculum at SFC is quite flexible. So you can study what you really want to study. Third, SFC has many international students. You'll be able to enjoy diverse environment here. Fourth, located outside the Tokyo area, SFC is a very beautiful place to be as a college student. Last but not least, SFC and Keio University have a strong alumni network globally. You can expect lifelong activities with fellow students and alumni. So let me talk about the flexible curriculum next. So later we will have a round talk discussion and we will talk more about this curriculum. But let me give you a brief picture of our flexible curriculum. So unlike traditional universities, where you have to take courses following required specific steps, you can start taking advanced courses from year 1. So we don't follow orders such as fundamental subject first, and then you take advanced subject. So if you wish, you can take advanced subject from year 1, first year. And you need to join the seminar course or Kenkyukai here as early as the 2nd semester of your first year, which allows you to work on your own project. And you have to complete graduation project to earn your degree. So you can consider Kenkyukai as a capstone course, integrating knowledge obtained by taking courses to write a senior thesis. However, at the SFC, Kenkyukai is also the place where you can deepen your knowledge and hone your skills by pursuing what you really want to study. In addition, if you wish, you can take courses offered in Japanese. So it is possible to complete the program, undergraduate program, in 3.5 years, or integrated program of bachelor and master degrees in 4 years. So your academic side of student life will be centered on the Kenkyukai or seminar. If you are interested in languages, you can choose one from many languages that are offered at SFC. So there are many languages you can choose from. And as I will explain later, practical research education is a main feature of SFC. Unlike many other universities, the university supports students who want to start their own businesses. So often we are asked questions such as, what do we study at the SFC? Yes, now you can see many words. And those are fields we cover. So as you might know, there are a variety of research and study fields, and we cover a wide range of those fields. As a principle, we take an interdisciplinary education, interdisciplinary approach. This is because the main feature of and the goal of SFC is practical research and education. Therefore, our style is issue-oriented, and we value project-based learning. So next, let me talk about difference between these two faculties. So what's the main difference between the Faculty of Policy Management and the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies? As you can see here, the fields in the lower half, okay, are generally related to humanities and social science, in which the faculty management of, in a faculty member of policy management specialize. And the upper half here, so they are largely related to science, technology, communication, design, in which the faculty members of environment and information studies specialize. Hagino-san, could you please explain more about the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies? What do they study?
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I belong to Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. And actually, I specialize in the computer science, and there is a novel computing and communication systems. As Wada sensei mentioned, this is the first campus to have the internet. In 1990, we are the only place to have the internet connection to outside Japan. So something related to the internet is very highly researched in this campus. Not only about technology, but social issues. Internet creates a lot of issues about social issues. So that kind of thing is also studied. That's novel computing communication systems, or design and engineering. We can create a lot of new things using the computers or current technologies. The 3D printers available for us to produce a lot of things, what we want to do, or the musical instruments. Maybe we can create a new one, or we can measure the music itself, or science of music, or bioscience. Is also an application of computer, maybe applied to the bio areas. We have the DNA analyzed, or the metabolome is the things you digest the food inside your testing. So we can measure whatever it is inside and what is happening inside us, so that we can know what kind of food is good for you, or it is better for what kind of the disease, or to cure the disease. Those areas are studied in the bioscience areas. Also, environmental design, we have the architect course. So actually, maybe we may going to see the students build campus. We ourselves, or collaborating students and teachers, are creating a campus ourselves, building the houses, and learn how to manage the houses. Also, maybe after that, maybe reconstruct the houses. Those whole process of creating a town, we can experiment inside our campus. That's very unique, I think. Also, human environment, we are affected by this busy society. We have to think about ourselves. The human brains, cognitive science, also sports science. We are using a lot of technology now about the sports, so that kind of area is studied there. So various areas are available. And those are technological, but the important thing is we also need to understand the society. So those areas for the policy management is very related to us. So I'd like to students to mix them together. So that's the idea of the environmental studies. Thank you, Wada Sensei.
Thank you very much, Hagino Sensei. Okay, so now we know what Faculty of Environment and the Information Studies actually study or research. But as Hagino Sensei just said, so distinction between these two faculties is not very important because each field is more or less related to each other, other fields, in various ways. And because we take an interdisciplinary approach for our education and research, which means you can take the both, the field from environment and information studies and the policy management. Okay, let's move on. So these are examples of SFC's research and studies. Okay. Akiyama 先生、お願いできますか。ミュートを外してください。
Of course, yes. I think these photos introducing the Congo Academics Elementary School project. So this project is based on the fieldwork consisting of construction and management of an elementary school in Kimbondo, which is a small village near Kinshasa. Kinshasa is the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this project started in 2008, I believe. So it's been more than 10 years already. And this is a collaborative project. And there are three main themes, three big divisions. One is a Yoko Hasebe Lab as an education team. And the second is a Hiroto Kobayashi Lab, as a construction team. And the third is African Medical Research Laboratory as a medical team, which consists of students of the Faculty of Nursing and the students of Faculty of Medicine. So, the three teams are collaborating each other. And through this collaboration, this project aims to achieve a better education in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this is an ongoing project. All right?
Thank you very much, Akiyama-san. Oh, this is really fascinating. Okay, so what is the next one? This is called the Spiver. So what is this?
Oh, yes, I would like to explain about this. This is Mr. Sakiyama. He studied bioscience and he wanted to create, actually he focused on the spider's web. The spider's web is very strong, but it is impossible to collect one. So he created, synthesized artificially the spider's web. So this is the future materials. And so he set up the company. And actually, he now has the factory in Thailand. It's a global, even a global collaboration. So these various things are collaborating together. This is bioscience as well. This is design. Where you can see is the design. This might be the very strong design. Maybe they can wear, for the fireman may wear this to fight because this is strong. And also business administration. We have the incubation village next to us so that even you are in undergraduate, you can study how to set up the business after your graduation, or even during your undergraduate course. That's possible. So that kind of collaboration, very important again.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So this is another example. This is self-driving car, and I'd like to explain how important it is for us to take interdisciplinary approach. So of course we need to know the technology. There are many technology, so IT, GPS, GIS, what have you. However, we will face this kind of problem, social issues such as traffic law, insurance policy, economic design, because accidents do happen. So because of that, we need to mix together and we need to study a variety of fields and not just limited to technology side, but we have to focus on other social issues as well. So in that sense, we insist that we need to take integrated and interdisciplinary approach. Okay, So I'd like to talk more about our research, but let's move on. And I hope now you have a great understanding of SFC. And next, we will talk more about several specific topics. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation, Wada-san. I hope the audience, you could get some idea of SFC, as well as the Faculty of Policy Management and the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. Okay, now I would like to pick up some, the messages from the audience. Thank you so much for sending those messages. Let me see. Okay, so okay, Riho is accessing from Nagoya, all right. Saya is accessing from Washington State. Wow, what time is it now? Is it 9 p.m., 9:20, I guess? Thank you so much for accessing from, many places. Okay, and there are some questions already. Let me see. Okay, the first question, the fields of research are part of a single course or a different four-year course? Can you answer the question, Hagino-san, maybe?
It's not the department of I mean, it's not separated. Actually, the field is easy to explain, but actually there's no separation of the fields. You can study the various things together, or even the professors are collaborating together. So it's not limited to one field. You should study more. I think maybe the 2, 3, whatever number you want.
Thank you. And Kate, thank you very much for your message. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know it was the first university that has internet access. Yes, we just had 30th anniversary last year. Yes, though it was in the middle of COVID. So, and it's been 30 years already, but we are the first one. And, the Keio University itself is very, very old. I think it was, which year was it? It was established in 1858, I believe. That's the end of Edo period. So our campus is quite new and we are very innovative. Thank you very much. And let's go to the second question, another question. Let me see. I'm a student from Indonesia about to graduate using the A-level curriculum. How many subjects do I need to take to apply for the GIGA program? Wada sensei? Can you answer?
Okay, yes. Okay, well, so this is about our admission. And so we value those high-level courses you took during high school, and we do not really have the requirement for how many subjects you have to take in order to apply to this program. So yes, we love to see a more advanced and a better grade. And but yes, so please do as many as you can and as much as you can. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your question. Well, we have some more time to answer your question. So now I would like to move on to the roundtable talk. So let me share my slides. One second. No. All right. I mean, it's very, very simple slides. Okay. I just wanted to share this, in order to introduce the feature of SFC's learning environment, we roughly prepared, these three themes. One, flexible curriculums, and two, uniqueness of research seminars, which is called Kenkyukai in Japanese at SFC. And the third theme is a campus with nature and technology. So now we are going to talk about, the flexible curriculum. So let me stop, sharing my slides again. Here you go. All right, so now I would like to introduce another question from the audience. Which was it? Where was it? Oh. What are the subject requirements and the minimum grade point requirement for the program? So can Any
Is
of
that
you?
a question about the entrance requirements or?
I suppose this is admission question, I guess.
Okay, so can we have admission people attending here? So Mariko-san, can you answer this question? Which came at 1:06.
Okay. Well, there is no minimum requirement point or subjects. So actually, on the chat box, we have the admission system handout. On that handout, you have a link to the application guidebook. So please check it out later.
Thank you, Mariko-san. Thank you very much. Okay, so I would like to, talk about, the flexibility of curriculum. Wada Sensei, you mentioned earlier that, our curriculum is very flexible and students can kind of build up, their own program. But, there are, of course, there are students who don't know what they want to do yet. And for those students, I think it's quite difficult to, build or assemble, their own curriculum. So do you have any advice to those students?
Okay, so well, so always there are always some student who don't know what to do, and of course in the first year there are some required courses. Those are very minimum, such as physical education and and languages, and some not computer but so-called data science courses. And after that, yes, the best thing is to speak to as many people as possible and many professors. So for example, if you are interested in, let's say, computing, ask some expert. So they are quite frank, and so you can speak to anyone without any hesitation, and they will tell you which course to take. Okay, so I think that's the great first step, and yeah. So yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, you have anything to add, Hagino Sensei?
Yes, for the first student, actually, there's also the programming. My specialist is also the mandatory. We would like you to understand, at least understand how program works. That's the requirement. But after that, you can choose freely whatever subject you want. And one of the guide is something called the perspective. We call perspectives. There are several perspectives available, and using that, maybe it will guide you. For example, if you are interested in health science, then there's a health science perspective. Probably Akiyama Sensei will explain more, but there's a so that you can collect a credit out of that, so that you somehow roughly specialize in the healthcare area, and maybe later on you can talk to the professor about it. Also, there's another one called aspects. Each class has something called aspect, and professor also specializing in some aspects. So matching the aspects means you are taking the courses which is related to that professor. So if you are interested, then you can ask the professor available. There's every week professor has a time for you to talk with, so that you can appoint to the professor and maybe start talking with. That's very a good idea, I think.
All right, yes. I was involved in studying the health science perspective. So I can explain a little bit about it. So if you are, our bachelor degree, like, the Bachelor of Policy Management or the Bachelor of the Environment and Information Studies, it's very broad. So, if you want to focus on certain theme, if you're interested in, for example, the health science, you can get certificate in the perspective in health science. But our health science imply a wide range of subjects, not only natural science or biological, things, but also the social sciences as well, because the health has been affected by various factors, as I mentioned earlier. So, I mean, there are many, many subjects which can be counted, for the health science perspective certificate. So, you can choose, those variety of subjects, and you can get certificate when you graduate, if you feel, the certain level, you can get the certificate. All right, thank you very much. So next question is, I think, students are really concerned about, how many subjects are delivered in English. So roughly speaking, how many subjects are there in English? Wada-san?
Well, I don't have exact number right now, but I would say somewhere around the 70 or 60. Am I right, Hirai-san? Am I right in that? Or so the number fluctuate from time to time, and actually the number of subject offered in English is growing over time. So we try to increase this number, but currently, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. And sorry, annually it's 200 per year. Okay, 200 courses per year, which is like about 100 for each semester. Yeah. So yes, I was wrong. And we are trying to increase this number, by the way. Okay.
Yeah. Which subject are you delivering in English, Wada-san?
Currently, I'm teaching microeconomics and macroeconomics, and the next semester I will be teaching international finance. And so usually three a year.
3 subjects in English.
English, yes.
Oh, that's great.
And actually, so in addition, I have some different courses and meet a campus. But anyway, so yeah.
Oh, that's great. What about you, Hagino-san? Which subject are you teaching in English?
Actually, I'm teaching all my subjects in English. Each year I'm changing to English to Japanese. So half of them is teaching English this year, and next year another half is taught in English. So all the subjects, all the computer science areas, professors doing something similar thing. So if you stay in 2 years, you can learn everything in English.
I see. Okay. And I am teaching a subject called Institutional Design for Risk Society, which is really exciting subject. So if you get interested in, when you come to SFC, please take my course. All right. And the next question, the students who do not speak Japanese at all, we have very, very good support. And also we have various level of Japanese courses, right? Do you have anything to add, Hagino-sensei, about the Japanese course?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think we have a lot of students we already received or entered here without knowing any Japanese at all. But after 1 year or 2 years, they passed the test of the N1, the highest level Japanese. Because of our teaching, as well because of the seminar, you can join to the seminar very early on. That means you need to talk with your friends, and they will help. Since they communicate with English as well as Japanese, so you can improve Japanese very rapidly. So don't worry about not speaking Japanese at all.
All right, thank you very much. So let's move on to the second theme, which is the uniqueness of the seminar at SFC. So we're going to talk about Kenkyukai. So Kenkyukai is kind of the core of the learning of your life in SFC, I think. So Wada-san, can you briefly introduce, what Kenkyukai is like, and maybe you can introduce your Kenkyukai.
Okay, so yes, and what Kenkyukai is like. All right, so usually, like I said, usually many universities, including Japan and other countries, and the Kenkyukai or seminar is a capstone course. So you integrate all the knowledge you acquired, by taking many courses, and you integrate them and you write a seminar. But here at SFC, it's slightly different, and actually it's different greatly, which means actually, so you join the Kenkyukai, and then you have some project. Usually you have some project, and you work with your fellow student in a Kenkyukai, or maybe you work with your professor. And like I said, we are issue-oriented and project-based learning. And depending on the subject, for example, one of my Kenkyukais is about econometrics, and we are using so-called time series econometrics, and using the computer and using data, we analyze macroeconomics. And each student has their own subject, and of course they need to acquire a lot of the skill and the statistic and so on and so forth. But if they don't want to stick with my seminar, it's perfectly fine. And the next semester they can join some other Kenkyukai, Or if someone is really interested in the computing, in addition to econometrics, which is the statistics side of the economics, so they can take more than one seminars, one Kenkyukai at the same semester. So some of my students, okay, so they take more than one seminar at the same time. Okay.
Okay, and what about you, Hagino-san? What Kenkyukai you're having right now?
Yes, I'm holding two Kenkyukai. I mean, Kenkyukai B. Actually, there's the Kenkyukai A and the Kenkyukai B. Kenkyukai A is the 4 credit, usually 2 hours for a week, and B Kenkyukai is 2 credit, 1 hour or 90 minutes for a week. And I have 2 B Kenkyukai, so very complicated. And one is for the some kind of introduction or reading the books, because the current technology, the deep learning or this artificial intelligence is very popular, but we cannot cover everything in lecture courses. So we study a book about the deep learning. That's one Kenkyukai and B Kenkyukai. And another one is a group works. So the students itself set up a group and try to create some kind of software system. Since I'm related to computer, so the software they will create. For example, there's a person who wanted to evaluate a karaoke. The karaoke is very popular in Japan, and so they want to gather the data when they went to the karaoke. When they sing, the data is on the server, so they collect that data so that they compare the previous kind of the singing and the current singing, how to improve and so on. That help that kind of the project. Whatever project, I'm fine. So that kind of project works is another Kenkyukai.
Wow, sounds really interesting. I wish I could participate in your Kenkyukai. But anyway, a theme of my Kenkyukai is health communication and social determinants of health. So students are actively working on projects to improve, the health and well-being population. They have interests such as children, or the senior citizens, or the people with mental diseases, or sexual minorities, and others. And before the COVID, we used to go out to the local community and we work together with local community people. But because of the COVID, since last year, most of Kenkyukai activity have been online. But I really look forward to going out to the local community with students. And Cherry, thank you so much for sending question. How have classes have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic? Are classes currently online? Okay, so Wada-san, would you like to answer? Yeah, the answer is yes, right?
Yes. And currently everything is online and coming back gradually. And we are some of our courses will come back to classroom sometime soon, I believe, and such as physical education. But most other courses remain online, and hopefully, we can get out of this situation. And next semester we can have in-person classes.
Yeah, so by the time you guys enter SFC, probably most classes have been on campus, not
Chances
online.
are, yeah, right.
But of course, some classes may be online. And actually, some classes can be delivered effectively online rather than on campus. There are some subjects like that. So we will have kind of mixture of on campus and online. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's move on to the last theme, which is the campus with nature and technology. So, we prepared, photos. This is photo of fireworks of Tanabata Festival, which usually held in July at SFC campus. And you see, the campus buildings behind us. Okay, so what is your favorite place, or is there any facilities you recommend to the audience? Sensei, Wada Sensei, would you like to start first?
Okay, well, I like almost everything at SFC, and especially I like the pond we have, and it's a really nice pond.
Yeah, there is a pond behind Hagino Sensei. You see?
Oh yeah, right there. Okay,
yeah.
So it's very beautiful. Well, pond itself is probably not, but I mean, it's in the water quality. But if you look the pond and the outside, yeah, it's quite beautiful, and you can see green grasses almost everywhere, all over the campus.
It's really relaxing, isn't it?
This time of the year, especially, yes, it's beautiful. I like that very much.
Right. So Hagino-san, what about you? Oh, you changed the photo.
Yeah, we have even the snow. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, my previous one has a cherry blossom. Cherry blossom very beautiful in the spring. You should see that's environment very nice here. Also have the facilities. I may have mentioned about the SBC, the student built campus. Actually, next to us, we are building the campus ourselves. So the students collaborating. That's very interesting houses or buildings available. The cottages are connected together. That kind of weird. Maybe some may say weird, but weird kind of buildings are there. But so you can go there, sleep there, or have the Kenkyukai there, and so on. That's very interesting. Also, another one is Fab Lab, so fabrication laboratory. Whatever you want to create, you can print out a 3D printer or automatic sewing machine or the laser cutter. So the things you want to create, you can create here.
Yes, so we have a beautiful 4 seasons. So now this is a summer, and this is an autumn of SSC. Isn't that beautiful? So, I hope, we would like to welcome you, at the campus, next year, hopefully. All right. So what else? Let me see. I would like to recommend the library. We call the library media center. That's really, really great place, and you can access to all materials from all over the world, and also you have a great online access as well. So you can utilize the library to proceed your research project. And anything else, Wada Sensei, about the campus?
Well, yeah. So usually student commute using bus. Okay, so bus. So you have to take bus to come to campus, and which means our campus is so surrounded by great nature, as you can see, and yeah, maybe not necessarily a convenient place, but it's very quiet, and actually there are some not restaurant, but cafeteria and that kind of thing. And I don't think you have problem on everyday life. And yeah, so even though we are a bit far from the downtown, but yes, actually that is what I like about the SFC. It's far from the downtown. Oh.
Yes, I'm sharing a photo, the fab space and the 3D printers, I think Hagino-san mentioned earlier. And we have, great media center. And would you like to speak a little bit about the student-built campus, Hagino-san?
Yes, maybe I have already explained to you. That's the center is some kind of the meeting room. You see, and one thing which looks strange is the collaboration of small houses connected together. That's the idea of our graduates and so on collaborating together. And there are the facilities you can stay there with your professors or for the meeting. That's available. And background, actually, we are currently building Mirai Sozojuku. There will be the kind of dormitory with the research facility, which will be available within 2 years, I think. So that by the time you may enter, you may be just next to our campus. So that very easy to come to our campus or study and so on.
Great. So you just answered to the question from Alon La Vida. Is there an on-campus dome? So yeah, yes, we do have.
Yes,
right?
we do.
We are creating, and yes.
Great.
Actually, I think we have a photo of the dome. Oh,
let me see.
Actually, I don't.
Do we?
Sorry.
Yes.
I don't. This one?
Oh yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so currently we have a brand new dome here. Actually, it's brand new. It opened a few months ago in April, and it's very nice. I actually visited once, and yes, so well, there is restaurant, and you don't have to worry about your dinner and breakfast and or lunch you can take at school. But breakfast and dinner you don't have to worry about it. Someone cooks for you, and there's the private single rooms, so you have perfect privacy. And the male and the females, they're separated by the floors, and it's perfect security system and quite safe. And there's a convenience store across the street, so it's very nice. And just 5 minutes walk, and no, actually 1 minute walk, okay, from the campus.
Yeah, thank you very much. So now I'd like to answer to questions from audience as much as possible. Okay, let's see. Is it convenient for students to travel between campus and Tokyo City Center? Pretty much, I think. We have buses and trains.
Yes, Shonandai now has the 3 train services, I think, Oda-Q and the Yokohama Municipal Subway and Sotetsu. And the Oda-Q is just connected to Shinjuku, which is the big place in Tokyo. So it's less than 1 hour. So very close to Tokyo.
Okay, so the next question is about the Kenkyukai. Okay, can everyone participate in seminar or only a selected student? Wada-san?
It depends on Kenkyukai. Some Kenkyukais are very selective, and some are open-minded, like mine. Okay.
Yeah, I think, but most professor has kind of screening time. Like for me, like I give a little assignment. Whoever who want to join my Kenkyukai, and I also have interview. Not strict, but yeah, I think that everybody has some kind of screening system. Hagino-san, what do you think?
Mine is actually open. Anybody who is interested in a computer, yes, can join mine.
All right. Okay.
Oh yeah. One thing I have to add, and you have to take 1 Kenkyukai 1 semester. That's a minimum requirement. So 2 credit hours. So you have to belong 1 Kenkyukai at one point in your 4 years.
Okay. Okay. So the next question: what features, characteristics do students of SFC have? Oh, that's a good question. All right, Hagino-san, would you like to go first?
What I want our students to have is this open-minded, accepting the current situation, and try to understand the problem or find out the problems and attack the problems with your skills you studied in SFC. That's what I want our students to be.
All right. Anything to add, Wada-sensei?
Yeah, I completely agree. But one word, diversity. So we have many different kinds of students. But yeah, so I want those people have in common is what Hagino Sensei just said. Thank you.
Yes, and gut spirit, probably. No.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is there a core curriculum, an English, history, math, and science requirement? So I think we have mentioned earlier about the curriculum, but I mean, we don't have a concept of core curriculum, don't we?
We don't.
Right.
We don't have core.
Very few mandatory subjects, but those are offered in English as well as Japanese, so don't worry.
Yeah, so data science, that's a few mandatory classes, and those are maybe fundamentals, not core.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I don't know if we can answer this question. Can students graduating with an IB diploma apply for something like IB Nyushi to SFC, or we apply some other way?
We do not have a IB. No, actually, that's not a requirement, but we love to see your IB score if you have, but we don't have IB admission system. So it depends on your situation or which high school you are attending, which country, which school you are attending. Please look at the admission they hand out. And generally speaking, those scores are not mandatory and those are required, but we love to see, strongly encourage you to submit. Okay.
Okay. So we are almost running out of time. So I would like to ask two professors, if you have any message to audience, who want to apply for SFC.
Oh, so let me start first. And so thank you for your interest in SFC, and I'd love to see you all. And yes, please understand SFC is very interesting, very new, and very strange maybe, but very fascinating place. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, and Hagino-san?
Yes, thank you very much for your interest today. And we have various subjects available. Lot of fields you can study. So please come and try to find out what you can do. And I hope you can come. Thank you.
Yes. We are really looking forward to seeing you. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry. I mean, first of all, thank you so much for sending so many questions, messages, and comments. Thank you so much for those who sent them. And I am very sorry that for those, who, although you sent a question we couldn't answer, but don't worry, there will be another roundtable talk by current SFC students starting at 2:15 p.m. of Japan time. So 4 international students will talk about their daily lives at SFC, and they will also answer to your question. So in that session, students will introduce SFC from, the student's point of view. So it's going to be very interesting. And the title of the session will be, This is SFC. So please stay tuned and keep watching. So we hope you enjoy this session, and I hope you will have, a great afternoon or evening, or I don't know where you are, but have a great day and night. And we look forward to seeing you again. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.